Hello YouTube! Today I'm going to be giving a tutorial and a little bit of a review, but not so much a review, of this kit from Modelones. My blog is going to have an in-depth review and tutorial. If you want to check that out, it'll be in the description box below. And if you like this video, then please don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. So moving on here, I'm going to go ahead and show you everything that's in the box. I'm going to go ahead and speed that up because I don't think that it's the most important part of the video. So let's go ahead and get through that. This is the instruction manual that I'm going to follow. And then after our instruction manual, you're going to see that we have our pop-off nails. And the pop-off nails are better for longer extensions. For shorter extensions, you can use the nail forms. Here are the pop-off nails right here. I'm going to set those to the side. And then it also came with a top coat and a base coat. And then we got 4 different colors here. It's white, light pink, soft pink, and color changing. These are the free forms in case you want to freeform shape the nail and not use the pop-off nails. But for a beginner, I definitely would recommend using the pop-off nails. If you'd like me to make another video explaining how to use the freeforms, I'd be more than happy to do so. And here is the brush. That end is the paddle. That's what you use to actually get the product and put it on the nail. And then the other side is the brush that you're going to be using to pat down the product. Okay, and then moving along here. Alrighty, so I'm just talking about nail prep here. I'm not going to be actually explaining how I prep my nails or going into it in depth, but I will go ahead and give you guys a very brief description. What you want to do is push back your cuticles, nip your cuticles with a cuticle nipper or scissors, however you like to do that, whatever makes you feel comfortable. Go ahead and rough up the surface of the nails, make sure all the shine is removed, and then you're going to use a primer if you have one that's 4 gel manicures. And then on top of that, you can go ahead and use your base coat that I have here. And that's going to be your basic nail prep for applying Polygel. All right, let's go ahead and get into this. I'm ready. So I'm applying a thin coat of this on all my nails. You do not need to apply a thick coat, and you do not want to get it on your skin. That's really important with the base coat if you want it to stay. You only want to apply it to your nail. Less is definitely more here. Okay, that's good for my middle finger. And then I got my pinky. We're good to go. And there is another amazing product that I know that I have somewhere, but I don't know where it's at. It's basically like a little clip that you use to make sure that it stays on your finger while you're curing it. And oh, whoops, I missed a couple. Wait, hold on, let me see, because you want it to be a little bit bigger than you think that it needs to be. I can't stress that enough. I feel like when people are doing these, they want to get the same size that they would get as if they were putting a tip on, and that's not the case. You actually want it to be a hair bigger than your nail. Okay. Now, I'm going to do my thumb first. So you're going to take this, and you're going to take your Polygel. Oh wait, oh yeah, that's the one that I want, the white. I'll put that in my little trash pile. Okay, then you're going to go ahead and squeeze out the amount that you think that you need. Which honestly, it's kind of hard to tell. I'd say for my thumb, like that's probably good. You don't want to do too much. It's honestly more complicated than it looks in videos, trying to figure out how much of this to use. Okay, you're going to go ahead and you're going to place it down and then spread it out. Ooh. You know what I just realized, you guys? Use the base coat as the slip solution. Shape the polygel by lightly patting it on the dual form. What? Okay. They want you to use the base coat. Oh, that's the top coat. They want you to use the base coat as the slip solution. Okay, this is crazy to me. I've never heard anything like that. So I guess I'm gonna place a little bit of the base coat onto the nail. I've never heard that before. Never experienced anything like this before. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And then, all right, here we go. Go ahead and take this and push it back and then push it down onto the nail. And then while it's on the nail like that, you're gonna make sure there's no like runnage underneath. This wasn't quite big enough for my nail, I can already tell. That's okay though. Make sure it's pushed down. You're supposed to get any excess that's around the nail like that, see? You can tell that this is not big enough because you can see my nail right here on the side. But I'm not gonna reapply. I'm gonna get under here and pull that forward like that. And I'm just gonna go with it. Okay, and then after you're done curing it under the lamp, you're just gonna go ahead and you're gonna take it and you're gonna squeeze it like this. And then as you squeeze it, sort of wiggle it. So sort of like wiggle it in this motion back and forth, not that hard obviously, but just to show you the motion, and then slowly pull it back as you're doing that. Now as you can see, it is not covering my nail. Okay, I'm kind of happy this happened because what do you do if that happens? Well, what I am going to do is take my file. Oops. Oh gosh, my table is not even, so my stuff's rolling around everywhere. Okay, and go ahead and take your file and take the coarser grit and go ahead and rough up the nail. The other side isn't covered as well. So I'm gonna rough up the nail on both sides where it's not fully covered. I don't know why I'm not using my e-file for this. I guess it's better probably not to, just to be careful, because if you've already just filed your nail, you don't need to, you know, get all crazy with it. Just got dust all over that. Okay, and then you're gonna take your brush. Actually, you don't even really need your brush. Just go ahead and dust it off. First of all, getting a little ahead of myself. Use your duster brush and give it a good dusting. And then you can again, oh, that's not the right color. Oopsie. Oh, that's not the right lid. Well, the lids are different apparently. The white one, the white Polygel's lid will not fit on the pink lid. Okay, go ahead and take a little bit. And in this case, you do not want to use the base coat. So what are you gonna do? They actually don't give you instructions on how to apply the nail without using these things, which doesn't make sense to me because they give you nail forms. So what are you gonna do? You're gonna get some rubbing alcohol, and if it's not the low percentage, I forget what the percentages are, but there's one that's like 90% or something, and then there's a lower percent one. You want it to be the lower percent. If it's not, then you're gonna just add a little bit of water to it, and you can use that in replacement of a slip solution because it's essentially the same thing. So I'm gonna go ahead and go grab some of that, and I'll be right back. Okay, now that I've got that, I'm gonna go ahead and pat this down into place. And if you get anything on your brush, just go ahead and clean it in the solution. And that will come off. But make sure you keep your brush wet with the solution. Dip it in there and then rub it on a paper towel if you have any problems. And then just go ahead and apply that, pat it out. It does not have to be perfect. I'll show you in a second what is gonna happen. In fact, I'm kind of over patting it right now. You really don't want to over pat it. Just if it starts to like do that, what it's doing to me, just stop. Just stop. As long as you've got enough on there, this stuff files so easily that you really don't got to worry about it. So go ahead and just leave it alone. Trust me, leave it alone. It's fine. And then go ahead and let it dry, let it dry, let it dry, let it dry. And then stick it in your UV lamp or your LED lamp. And then cure it according to the instructions on the paper. Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and wait until I'm done applying all of my nails to file. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave that one alone, but as you can see, the side walls are covered up now. Now I just need to give it a good little file and then top coat it and give it good shape and it'll be ready to go. Okay, so after you are finished, once again, you just go ahead and pop these off. If you're having trouble, you just need to squeeze and then sort of wiggle it. And then pop it up. These are a little bit more difficult to get off than the ones that I got from AliExpress. But I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. They work just fine. I do think that the shape of these is a lot better, and that's much more important, to be honest with you. So this is what I have done. Obviously we need to file here. With these nails, you don't really need to worry about doing everything perfectly. This hand needs more work than this hand, and that's almost always the case, because like I mentioned before, I am not left-handed. So whatever your dominant hand is, you just know that, you know, that hand is probably not going to come out as nice as your non-dominant hand, okay? Because your non-dominant hand is going to struggle doing your dominant hand, and that's fine. With practice, you will get better and better. I tend to rush things. I don't want to take my time because I've gotten to the point where I can not really take my time and it'll still turn out good enough for me. But if you are really picky, don't be afraid to take longer if you have the time, you know, and just perfect it. And remember, at the end of the day, if you are going to do that, you always want to add more product, because you can file anything and make it look nice. But once you're done with the nail, if you've missed spots or there's dents or, you know, imperfections involving not enough product, that's going to be a lot more difficult to go back and fix. Okay, so now that I'm finished, I'm going to go ahead and shape the nail. I decided to do
Okay.
So I've gone ahead and filed and shaped all of my nails. There's dust everywhere, like literally, let me see if I can show you guys my little workspace, everywhere, like a pile of dust, like it's crazy. That's okay though. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do now, the instructions say, and it's a little bit misleading, I honestly want to write them and be like, can you pay me to rewrite this for you because there are a lot of grammatical as well as spelling errors and just outright errors like this one. It says, shape the nail extension and shape the nail extension, file and smooth the nail surface lightly. Let me see if I can show you guys that. Right there, okay. Shape the nail extension, file and smooth the nail surface lightly. So you're obviously not smoothing it because, do you see this? Like, it don't get no smoother than that. What they actually mean is you're going to rough up the surface of the nail so that when you apply your top coat, it's actually going to adhere to the nail, so it doesn't just slip away. So you're just gonna lightly buff, and that's the word that they should have used. If they paid me, I would have done it right. You're gonna go ahead and just buff the surface of the nail like such until you get rid of the shine. And it's really that simple. Don't get too picky with it, okay? Like, if you see one little tiny spot that doesn't have, you know, shine, that's okay. You just want to get it as good as you can. Like, that's fine. You can, let me see if I can get that to show up. You see? That's what you want it to look like. See how there's a couple little tiny specks where I didn't get it perfect? Don't worry about that. It's fine. Okay? It's fine. Go ahead and do that to every single nail. And then that's it. We're gonna wrap it up, baby. Okay. So after you have everything buffed, you're gonna go ahead and just dust off your nails. Okay, and all done. Because there were a couple imperfections, especially on my right hand, as you can see here and here, I could take the time to fix that right now, but honestly, I'm in a rush, so I'm just gonna use a color similar to the Polygel to fix it. So I went ahead and applied a base coat, and now I'm going to apply this color Cream Puff. It's by C&D, it's a shellac. And it's basically, that's cured. Now I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna use my pink color. It's by UR Sugar. I got this in a set from, I think, AliExpress. I'm not positive. It's not really the exact same color pink, but I don't hate it. I'm gonna go with it. Okay, and then I'm gonna use this Modelones matte top coat. I got a little gel polish on it. Sorry, it's kind of dirty. And I'm gonna cure it, and then I'm all done. Okay, and this is the finished product. So I decided to go with the matte look. I don't know, I thought it would look nice. But I don't really like this. I don't like how the cuticle area turned out. That's my fault, I think, not doing it correctly. And well, not doing it correctly so much as knowing how to do it correctly, but rushing it. So, you know, let that go as a warning to yourself. Don't be like me and rush, okay? Just take your time. I think these ones turned out nice, though. I think I need some cuticle oil, because gosh darn, my hands are crusty, but you know, overall, I like them. So come back for my next video when I do nail art, because I'm definitely going to be doing nail art on these. All right, ta-ta for now.